Welcome back to Betsy Hackle Beauty, and today I am going to review and try out the new Marc Jacobs Cafe collection. So this consists of their new Extra Shot Concealer and also a blush, bronzer, and highlighter trio palette. So super excited. Literally the minute it came out I bought it, so let's just get right into it. So starting off with the concealer, I have shade Light 130. So this is apparently caffeinated, very exciting to try. So it's got the nice doe foot applicator, and what I'm going to do is swatch this against like some common concealers just so we can see how it stacks up. I'm then going to do it on my eyes, one with a beauty blender, one with a brush, just to see how it goes, and then I'm going to do my full face and then put the concealer on top and see how it works that way, because if I was someone watching a review, that's what I would want to see. So just doing first impression on my hand. So here's the swatch. I'm very excited to try this. It's very creamy. It went on really nice. As you can see, it's really full coverage. It almost has like a sheen to it, like a glow. So for some side-by-side comparisons, this is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and this is the Marc Jacobs. So ignore the fact that probably some of these shades are off a little bit. This one has quite a bit of shine compared to the Too Faced one. It's like very reflective properties. Next, we're comparing to the classic Tarte Shape Tape. So again, here's the Marc Jacobs, here is the Tarte Shape Tape. So this one definitely looks more matte compared to this. Again, I've had this sitting on my hand for approximately like 2 minutes now, and it's still got all of that shine in there. Whereas I know from at least me, the Tarte will dry down quite a bit. Again, apparently I can't color match for shit, but here is the e.l.f. 24-Hour Camo Concealer next to the Marc Jacobs. Both have very full coverage. Here it is next to the L'Oreal Infallible. So right here is the L'Oreal, which looks really good. They're all about the same coverage. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it on my under eyes, and one I'm gonna blend in with the brush and the other with the beauty blender. So I have nothing on, all I did was just hydrate my under eyes a little bit. So I'm looking in my mirror right over here. Just gonna put a tiny bit. We're gonna go quickly as we can. As you can see, I have dark bags. We have nothing, no color correctors, no brighteners underneath. I just want to see, without anything, how well does this cover. Now we're gonna go in with the brush. So far it's going on really smoothly. And I think with a brightener or color corrector underneath, and with my foundation, because my foundation shade is a little lighter because I just have a lot of redness, I think it applied with the sponge side a little bit better. Definitely with brightening and color corrector, I think this will look really good. But without having anything on, having seen how dark my circles are, it definitely gives that brightness effect, and I feel like it's really reflecting the light. I decided to also get up close and personal so you can see it, but it definitely is shiny. This is not a matte concealer. As you could see also in the swatches, everything was very reflective and brightening. So this reminds me a lot of the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. Okay, so I got my foundation on. All I put underneath my eyes was the Becca Brightening Under Eye Corrector and the Charlotte Tilbury Color Corrector, as you can see, just sitting there on top. Okay, so just take a little bit out. I'm just gonna go my little triangle buddies right there. Do a little bit to highlight my eyes. I always do a tiny bit on my chin, down as parts of my face. We'll do a little bit right here, see how it works. Now we're gonna blend. So it's blending really nicely. I have the NARS Soft Matte Foundation on, which I am a big fan of. So honestly, the color match with the NARS foundation is really nice. I feel like it's blending in really well together. So this is how I would normally just pat it into my skin, bring it up a little bit, almost like windshield wiper motions. Okay, my only beef with this is I feel like it almost pronunciates where like my bags dip in. It's like all the light is centered and catches there. I'm gonna do a second coat. I'll tap this one in with the brush. Kind of just focusing it on the areas that would need it. So we're not going crazy like all over my face. It's looking good. It's very, very light reflective, like if you can see that. I don't love it. I think I almost prefer this one a little bit better so far, just because it's not as light reflecting, but let me set this with a little bit of powder and see how it goes. I went over it with the Fit Me loose powder and a fluffy brush, just tapping it in. And I will say I do like it a lot better now. It's because it's not as luminous. It still has the luminosity, but it's not like, whoa, reflecting lights and drawing it as much into certain areas. I mean, that's just how my under eye bags are. They're never going to be flawless and perfect like I see on Instagram models or people on TikTok. So gotta do what you gotta do. So next we have the Omega x3 Tantastic Glow. So this is the shade 200. So it's the lighter of the two. And this is the powder blush bronzer highlight palette. So when we have her opened up, it's very beautiful. We got a beautiful peachy blush. We got the bronzer, and then we got this gold shimmering highlight. Now I do believe it is just repackaged of his original. So kind of for comparison, this is the 104 Tantastic. So I think it's a little different. I can't tell. It looks pretty much the same. It'll probably be the same. Sorry if you hear my dog eating her dinner. But in terms of the highlighter, this is the most recent launch from the Very Merry Cherry collection. It is shade Guilty. They are, I believe, the same. It's just this one has lines through it and this one is straight. So I believe you just repackaged them, but this one's nice and compact and perfect, I think, for travel. So we'll see how it all applies together. So if you have the Marc Jacobs, the bronzer brush, this I would not recommend using because it's so large. It's gonna get into all the different pans. What I am going to use today is the Sephora 59 bronzing brush. I like this one because it is smaller, more angled, and easier to control where you're applying the product. All right, we got a fresh face with nothing else on it besides foundation. So I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna tap it all into the bronzing area. This brush literally works perfect with it. Now we're gonna go in and just bronze up this pale face. I'm trying to keep it a little higher just because I have more of an oval face shape and I don't want it to be super dragged down. I'm kind of placing it right, my cheekbone's right here. I'm almost placing it like right on it. So this is just how it's starting to look. I think it's a really, really gorgeous shade. I have recently been using the Charlotte Tilbury one more frequently, and this I feel like is looking very beautiful. Maybe I'll start going back to this one. So this is the bronzer, a little bit more up close, but you can see it's a beautiful, nice, healthy glow. It blends seamlessly into the skin. Love it. Moving on to the blush, I am taking my Morphe E34 brush. I am just gonna tap it all in there, get a good amount. I've never used a Marc Jacobs blush, so we'll see how this goes on. I'm gonna focus it in the upper part of my cheekbone, and I'm just gonna start patting it in there. So this is definitely a peachy pink for sure. Blending a little bit into the bronzer, focusing it higher on my cheekbone. It's looking pretty. I think it blends really well together and looks seamless. I really, really like that. I wasn't expecting to like that. I did not have high hopes for it. So I'm gonna do it again. The one thing though is I am noticing there has been some fallout that's going into the bronzer. So kind of worried about long term how much that would happen with the colors blending together, because there really isn't a lot of room between them. This is the blush. I really, really like this. I think the colors look really nicely together. It's definitely a soft peachy glow. We're looking good. Last but not least, the highlight. So I'm taking my IT Cosmetics, the highlight brush, just gently going over there. You can already see there's quite a bit of pigment, and I'm just gonna gently place it over. Yeah, so you can already see, like when I'm just moving around the light, now it has that gold flush right on the face. You can see that right there. It's moving around. Again on this side, so very, very pretty. So personally, I love the idea of this in a palette because the colors, number one, at least on my skin tone, look fabulous, and it's just easy. Now all I have to take is this versus taking, you know, 3 of these big palettes. Or why take all this when I can take just one of these? So I just added some powder, my Marc Jacobs High Shine Lip Lacquer. And I think that this palette is 100% worth it. Absolutely love it. I know it's just, you know, some of the same colors and so forth, but it just is so compact. I think the blush that they picked to go with the bronzer just looks stunning together. Like, my skin looks airbrushed. I love it. I absolutely love it. In terms of the concealer, I really like it. I need to do a wear test to kind of see, you know, how it goes through the day. Does it crease? You know, how does it wear? But one of the things I did really like about this is it's not drying compared to when I was even just swatching it. Compared to the other concealers, you could definitely tell that it has a lot of luminosity and is very creamy versus other ones I was already noticing were drying down onto my skin. Once you set with powder, I think it just overall looks really nice. But again, I'm just gonna have to wear it and kind of see how it goes. Overall though, I absolutely think these are worth trying out. I think a lot of people are gonna really like this concealer. Again though, I have not worn it longer than probably the 30 minutes that I've been filming this, so I can't speak to a wear test. I'll probably do a little bit of an update, maybe in a comment or something. But overall, I think this was a really great small mini launch that they did, and I'm very excited to take this on my travels and to continue using this and seeing how it goes. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it that thumbs up, always appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any more great reviews, tips and tricks, and content. So I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.